Want to do another update on what's going on as far as the severe weather potential goes. So we have thunderstorms in eastern Oklahoma that are tornado warned. They're moving east northeast. Let me show you radar, and then let's talk about what happens next. Let's go over to analysts first. What I wanted to show you here was how the thunderstorms out towards McAllister continue to track east. There's been more of an east turn on some of them. Um, and really anything that pops up out ahead of it. Let me stop the radar here. Anything that pops up ahead of it, Stigler, Waldron, any of this stuff has the potential to be severe. There's a little bit of a cap on there, just enough of a cap to suppress some of the storm development, at least initially. But you have a handful of supercells that are already underway. I do think that this one is probably going to be the one that gets close to Benton County. I think it gets north of Fayetteville. It looks like it misses Fort Smith. The stuff near Stigler's interesting to see if it starts to develop. I tilted the radar up several degrees here, and I can see these radar returns all the way up into the atmosphere, upwards of about 14,000 feet. So there's something trying to develop here. Nothing has been able to take off like it has out to the west, though. These are tornado warned storms. A couple of these have had confirmed tornadoes on them. Let me look here and see from velocity images here. You can see where that tornado would be out towards the town of Lamar, even getting a debris couplet there or a debris signature on radar. We also have storms near Henrietta. These are tracking northeast. So the storms currently from Fayetteville, the tornado warned storm is about 80 miles west southwest of Fayetteville. The other storm near Sapulpa is about 88 miles to the west the of Fayetteville. As far as Rogers goes, it's a little bit farther away to the south southwest. It's about 98 miles southwest. These are moving northeast about 40, 50 miles an hour. You can do some rough math on that and just tell you it's about an hour or two out. So 4 or 5 o'clock by the time these things start arriving. Notice they are supercells. Not everybody's getting this stuff. Everybody will get this stuff later tonight, though, and that's going to be with the line that makes its way through the area. As it stands now, looking live out there over Rogers, going to go to my good friend David Latanzio's camera. He's got you can see the cloudy skies. That's helped some instability. Now, when the sun's out, you get more instability, but we've had mostly cloudy skies throughout the day. It's just not enough to suppress storms due to the dynamics in the atmosphere. It's still very primed for strong to severe thunderstorms later on this afternoon, later on this evening. So these are the storms that I'm keeping an eye on right now. I'm also watching for additional development here. I think if any storms take off here near Stigler and Wilburton and Tallahena, they're going to go up pretty quick. So keep an eye on these. So far, they've been percolating and bubbling, but we haven't had anything that's just been rip tearing off so far. But we definitely have those storms that are out there. That one looks like a north split here that's moving due north up towards Tulsa. Those splitting storms are known a lot for their hail potential. So I do think that storm near Tulsa is going to spit out quite a bit of hail. That one is not tornado warned at the moment, but there is a deep mesocyclone in it, so I think that you might get some rotation, at least some large hail. The storms to the east, southeast of this thing are moving more towards the east. So you have one moving north and one moving east northeast. This is the one to watch for additional storms to develop to push into our area. And again, any of this stuff down here, should this stuff take off, it's going to be severe. Farther south, this was another confirmed tornado. That's south of Oklahoma City around I-35. You have a gaggle of storms here that are starting to take shape. All of this is going to move east through the rest of the evening and eventually start clearing as we head into the early overnight hours. Here's another loop of it. I'm going to zoom out and give you guys a wider perspective here of these showers and thunderstorms that are coming to life here. Again, right through the Tulsa area, eventually Tahlequah, and then making their way into western Arkansas. Any of these storms that are out there, though, and I just mentioned this earlier, but all this stuff, should it take off and turn into a supercell, it would have a tornado potential as well as large hail and damaging winds. They would also be tracking to the northeast. So that is something to watch. So far, these have not taken off. This one has taken off out towards Henrietta. Current track on that is going to be real close to Benton County. It may be just to the west, but it's going to be very, very close. If any of this stuff takes off, it's going to threaten the Fort Smith area, and this stuff will also threaten Fort Smith here in a couple hours as well. So it's going to be an active afternoon and evening for us with scattered strong to severe storms. We are under a risk of severe weather and a tornado watch till 7. I think that tornado watch probably does get extended right into the evening and the early afternoon hours. That whole front doesn't move through until late evening, probably closer to about 10 or 11 when it sweeps through the entire region. So storms are still bubbling up out there. They're still developing. As of right now, there's no immediate threat for Bella Vista or Bentonville or Fort Smith. There are storms trying to develop near Stigler. There are storms that are tornado warned and underway with very large hail near McAllister, moving towards Tulsa. Those will all shift east later tonight. It comes to a close with a front that sweeps everything on out. It's actually going to be kind of chilly too as we head into the next couple of days and weeks. Not weeks. Weeks it's going to be hot because we're getting into June, but the midweek forecast looks like highs in the 70s. We may even get some like 60s, 50s for lows, which is kind of cool. So that's what I'm watching right now. I'm keeping an eye on the storms here, and if you joined me earlier, I went ahead and took the rest of the day off from my career as a commercial loan officer with F&B NWA. I'll be keeping an eye on these storms through the rest of the afternoon and bringing you some updates, and we'll see what happens to this stuff that's down there south of southwest of Fort Smith. If any of this stuff takes off, guys, you're gonna have to take it real seriously because it's gonna bail and move right towards Fort Smith and Fayetteville as well as Springdale. So we'll see how that develops here. The atmosphere is very primed for severe weather, and we've still got plenty of time for this stuff to really ramp up and cause us some problems later on this evening. I'll be watching it. Make sure you watch it as well. Stay weather aware through the evening hours, and I'll be cutting in with more updates.